Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this first instalment of our webinar series for this academic year, 2024-2025. We're really excited you could join us for this first of the year on adult education and training and skills. Really important area and a big part of what we do here at the RNN Group. My name is Lucy Barnwell. I'm the Director of Marketing and Learning Recruitment here at the group, and I'll be hosting tonight's webinar. Please ensure you put all your questions into the chat, and I will do my best to ask those of Dan at the right moments throughout the evening. Dan Sambra is our Director of Adult Education, Contracts and English and Maths. No small role there, I can tell you, in terms of what he has to do for the group. But he is highly knowledgeable on adult training especially. And I'm now going to hand over to Dan to talk us through tonight's presentation. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Lucy, and good evening. So as Lucy's just introduced me very kindly, my name is Daniel Stambra. I have a very long job title, which is Director of Adult Education, Contracts in English and Maths. But the main thing is that I'm here today to talk about adult education and training, which is a huge critical part of what we do for local residents across the regions that we serve. So if I just very quickly jump into a quick introduction as to who RNN Group are. So RNN Group are as an FE college group, which are made up of 3 primary college sites, which is North Notts College in Worksop, which serves the Bassett Law region of North Nottinghamshire. We have Rotherham College, which serves the central Rotherham region, and then we have Dearne Valley College in the northeast of Rotherham, which serves Rotherham and the surrounding areas, including Mexborough, the Dearne Valley and beyond. We also have, I'm pleased to say, the UCR, which is our University Centre Rotherham, which is our HE part of our campus. And although my focus tonight will be primarily upon adults at entry level going up to level 3, please be aware that we do have a really exciting HE offer that one of my colleagues will be talking about in a future webinar, which will cover the really exciting things we do at level 4 and upwards. So just to say a few brief things about us then, we're a grade 2 organisation, which means we are rated good officially by Ofsted, with outstanding elements as far as we're concerned in terms of our activity. Adults is one of the strongest parts of the college provision, and it's a really exciting part of what we do in terms of meeting the needs of local employers, local adults, local communities and local organisations. And we have thousands of adults that come to join us and work with us and learn with us every single year. So if I just launch then into a bit of a discussion of adult training. Adult training is a very big and broad umbrella term for a lot of things that we do. So when we talk about adults, primarily for the purpose of tonight, I'll be focusing upon individuals who are aged 19 plus. Now, 19 plus adults are available to access a range of ways of getting into training, some of which can be subsidised through funding from the government or via the local mayoral combined authority for South Yorkshire. There are requirements we have to work to in terms of funding, but primarily the main thing to be aware of is that means that adults who are age 19 plus have certain eligibility criteria, such as having residency status within the South Yorkshire or the Derbyshire and Nottinghamshire region, and currently beyond that, but that will be changing in the near future, and I can talk more about that or answer further questions about that in future. That means that you're potentially entitled for some provision to either free courses or subsidised courses, which in most cases may well mean that there's up to a 50% reduction in the cost of training with us, which obviously is something we're really pleased to be able to do. And it means that adults are able to actually access quite a broad range of courses, either free or at heavily reduced rates. In terms of our adult offer, the provision is actually set up to cover a very broad range of areas. And when I say areas, I'm talking primarily about different vocational sectors aligned to the local priorities that are identified in the regions of South Yorkshire and Nottinghamshire. A lot of those skill sets are there because they are the critical areas of need for training within those areas to enable individuals to progress on either into employment or to progress in their employment and secure promotions and effectively enable them to realise higher levels of aspiration. some of which, as I mentioned already, could include progressing on to higher education courses, which, as I mentioned, we do offer here at RNN Group. In terms of provision, for the purpose of understanding what we talk about for funded adult provision, we offer provision at a wide range of levels, ranging from pre-entry all the way up to level 3. And if I just explain very briefly what that means, pre-entry means provision which is potentially not accredited. It's for somebody who might not have been in education for a very long time. Typically, it tends to be skills focused, but you will still receive recognised achievement at the end of it. We then offer provision through entry level 1, entry level 2, entry level 3, going up to level 1, which is equivalent to a GCSE grade 1 to 3, and then level 2, which is equivalent to a grade 4 or higher. We also, I'm really pleased to say, thanks to changes in the funding from the local government and from the central government, we are able to actually offer a selected range of level 3 courses for free or subsidised through funding in a wide range of exciting areas such as access to HE, which are access courses designed to help adults engage and prepare for HE in a range of sectors such as health, digital and other areas. We offer our provision on a really broad range of basis, which is in response to need. So it can be either delivered at college campuses, in communities or employer venues in some cases, or increasingly online, because we recognise that for many adults with busy work or personal lives, online training is a really critical way to enable access to training on a flexible, supportive approach. We are very focused on actually ensuring that the skills we offer meet the needs of individuals, meet the needs of communities and meet the needs of employers. And we're always really keen to take on board more feedback to look at how we can continue to develop the offer we have, broaden it and actually ensure it's helping meet the needs of individuals, organisations and the local regions, so that we're actually overcoming barriers and helping adults progress either further into more training or employment, or to raise aspirations, including up to higher education and beyond. So one aspect that we are experts in and specialists in as a provider is the area of vocational education. And when I'm talking about vocational education, I'm really talking about the specific sectors of specialist for employers. So to give you examples, if you think about areas of local priority, such as construction, health, engineering, such as fabrication and welding, which we offer courses in at Rotherham and at North Nottinghamshire, and you can see examples of one of our students there on one of those courses. We specialise in a broad range of digital courses, which includes areas such as cyber security, IT user practitioner, esports and much more. Animal and land-based management, and then a wide range of other courses beyond. As I've already mentioned, the courses are aligned to local areas of priority. So as the sectors of employment in the region change, we continue to develop and respond and ensure that our offers meet the needs of local employers as well as local individuals. And what that means is that there's opportunities for adults both to undertake training, both for professional development, either referred via an employer or to help them progress in employment, but also many of these actually align to local areas of interest. So to give you an example, I'm very passionate about cars. I'm very keen in my spare time working on cars, doing maintenance on cars. So of course I'm currently exploring the opportunity to undertake is the fabrication and welding, so that I can actually work on classic cars and repair them myself. So this sort of opportunity is out there and to actually pursue your areas of passion, of personal interest, and in doing so get meaningful recognised skills and qualifications that might then, if I decide in future, I could retrain and become a professional welder, for instance. Okay, so moving on then, we do have a range of some really exciting new courses 24-25, and there's so many it's very difficult to encapsulate all of them now in this limited time I've got, but some of them are to just highlight. We are now, for digital, running courses in cyber security, which is there to help individuals progress on into the IT sector, or if they're already employed within the IT sector, to actually specialise within cyber security as an area. We offer for construction awards in retrofit, which are there to enable individuals working within allied trades to actually develop the skills they need to future-proof and to align to green as a key priority for the region now, which increasingly many employers and many construction specialists are seeking workers to have skills in. Warehousing and forklift truck is a huge area of provision for us now, and that's because there's massive demand across the regions we serve. It's actually one of the largest areas of growth, and as many will be familiar, there's lots of logistics centres popping up around the regions that we serve now, and there's always opportunities for employment, both within the warehouses as forklift truck drivers, and also within the offices and supporting roles such as management. And then just another example, one which is really popular for us at the moment, is the area of dog grooming, which is a huge area for us at Durham Valley College, and we're looking forward to being able to run courses in dog grooming in the near future. So there's a broad range of offers that we have. There are many more out there. To give you an example, we are really excited to be able to offer areas of specialist support such as level 3 personal trainer at Durham Valley College, and there's many more beyond that, so long that I could spend quite a long time just listing them all off. If you're ever interested in any of the areas we do have, there's contact details at the end of the slides. More than happy to actually field any inquiries, and we've got colleagues who are professionals and experts happy to provide guidance and support as to the appropriate courses that we offer. So beyond the vocational skills, then we also offer a broad range of training in what we call the essential skills areas. These typically are fully funded, and that tends to mean free training in most cases for adults in an area of such as English and ESOL, which is for English for speakers of the languages. We now are introducing this year a really exciting new course in response to the demands of partner employers and educational providers, which is a train the trainer in ESOL. So if individuals are interested in potentially becoming specialists in ESOL delivery, we now are offering those courses. We offer a range of courses in mathematics and a broad range of courses in digital, ranging from introductions to IT to the examples I gave previously, such as specialist areas such as networking and cybersecurity. We offer a range of approaches in terms of how we deliver. The courses can start for individuals who might not be confident in English and maths and maybe not wanting to undertake qualifications yet, or to build their confidence at being on a course with us as a college provider. They can engage with us via local communities in places nearby to them. We offer provision at all of our college campuses, and we also increasingly now offer online training for a select range of offer as well. We offer a range of qualifications ranging from entry 1 up to level 2 in functional skills. We offer ESOL at entry level up to level 1. And then we also offer GCSE for adults that are wishing to either achieve or resit their GCSE grades, such as if they're seeking to progress on into HE, where it can often be an entry criteria for higher education courses. We're always looking for new opportunities to develop essential skills as an area more. It is an area that we recognise to have specialism in, and it's one of our areas of strength and huge demand that we see for local regions. Moving on to talk about community education a little bit then. Community education is an area which is very close to my heart. I started out myself as a community adult education tutor a very long time ago. And community education is about delivering provision at the point of need in local communities. And that's a really important thing to do. It often is focused on skills. Those skills might, for instance, have elements of interest to local communities, such as crafts, but where we do other areas such as that, it's because it's about preparing and equipping individuals with the skills and knowledge they need to be able to successfully progress on either into further training or employment. So to give an example, we may deliver crafts-related courses, but as part of that, the actual focus of the courses are around mindfulness, to help individuals develop the mental health resilience that they need to be successful in challenging work situations or professional situations. We also offer work on teamwork, assertiveness, and a broad range of other skills as well. The provision is delivered in and around the Rotherham region. We have more than 70 venues in and around the Rotherham region that we operate out of. We deliver increasingly in the Bassett Law area of North Nottinghamshire as well. And we're always looking to work with more community organisations, more community centres, and ensure that we're meeting local needs and supporting any way we can do. All the provision we do via community education results in recognised achievements, and that could either be recognised through the college or through a qualification, depending upon the nature of the provision. New exciting areas for provision for community this year I'd like to highlight is that we're increasingly, in response to demand from local communities, running more provision in English, in ESOL, in maths, and in digital training in communities, so that local communities are able to access specialist training in their local area rather than having to necessarily come into a college venue to actually engage in that training. But we're always interested to hear more from local communities, and we do meet ongoing with community groups to see if there's any interest. If there are anybody interested potentially in feeding into those meetings or to give us more information about areas that they feel are of interest or of local demand, please feel free to contact us on the details provided at the end of these slides. We're more than happy to listen to you and to take on board any feedback and suggestions that we can do. So we're moving then beyond community education. As I mentioned, we do also offer a broad range of provision online. And that's because we are a recognised leader in online training. We have several thousand learners last year undertook training through what we call the distance learning team, which is an online specialist team focusing upon provision either online or accessible for those that are not confident via the phone with support from specialists. Provision is typically free or partially funded. In most cases it is free training. We specialise heavily in the areas of level 1, level 2 training in awards and certification. There's a very broad range of offer that we do offer which is aligned to employer and individual needs. Some examples of which you can see listed here, such as education, a broad range of subjects in health including mental health, business and operational training areas, and also we have lots of specialist areas such as, for instance, lean manufacturing. Again, the list is ever changing and broadening in terms of the areas of online training we do offer, and we're always interested in adding on further courses in response to demand. So if there are any interests in specific areas that you don't see listed on our websites, please do drop us a line. We're more than happy to actually explore expanding our offer in response to need. Beyond those courses, we do also offer other areas such as English and Maths, as I mentioned earlier on, which we offer functional skills at level 1 to level 2 and at GCSE level online. And that's subject to undergoing assessments and ensuring that adults undertaking provision through that means are comfortable to actually access learning online. And all this provision that I've listed so far is provided through support with specialists, either online through tutorials or through one-to-one phone calls where individuals may not feel comfortable accessing learning online. We're also always exploring opportunities for further training, and most of our courses, where not fully online, actually now are hybrid, which means actually there's always opportunities for individual learning through online training as part of courses which might be experienced either on site or in other provider settings such as the community. Moving on then to employer training. I mentioned earlier on that we do offer training for employers and potentially at employer venues. In terms of employer training, it can be quite a broad area of provision. We have a mixture of funded training and specialist training. Funded training, as in other situations I've talked about funded so far, can mean either free or subsidised training, and that's a really useful and advantageous thing to be able to offer for employers, because actually accessing training through funding can either reduce or remove the actual cost of that training, which means that employers and other organisations are actually able to access and meet their training needs at a much reduced rates, which obviously results in savings to training budgets that then can be used elsewhere. We also offer specialist training, which can be provided at very competitive rates, and it's obviously delivered with the assurance that we are a recognised good quality provider. We offer a range of specialist training in areas of specialism for compliance related training such as health and safety, which can include IOSH, NEBOSH and fire safety. We offer training in forklift truck, and we offer training in other specialist areas such as hybrid vehicle and automotive servicing, to name just one example. Again, we're always looking for further opportunities for further training, and we would welcome any requests or specific feedback or inquiries relating to any specialist training which employers do not see listed. We're always happy to help and look at opportunities to expand our offer, and if it's not appropriate for us to actually provide the provision, we do have a large network of partners we work with who we can also recommend to support employers' needs. As part of the training that we do for adults, we are really passionate at ensuring that every individual adult that comes to us has opportunity to develop the knowledge, skills and behaviours they need around the main areas of learning. What that means for us as a group is that in addition to the actual course content that they would expect to learn, they also receive, as an added bonus at no extra cost, careers guidance and support from specialist careers providing staff, online training with a range of units around key areas of support. Those areas could be around personal skills that will help with their academic studies, but also with their work and personal life. We also offer free access to a range of clubs and interest groups during the daytime provision, and we also offer twilight online events for adults that might not be accessing provision during the daytime or who are not able to actually engage in daytime provision. We offer a range of opportunities for volunteering and work experience through local voluntary organisations, and adults that come to training with us will have opportunity to benefit from guest speakers who typically are experts in the fields that they represent at no extra cost to learners. There are a range of learner events that we run throughout the year for our adult learners that all adults are able to access. And in addition to that, adults coming to the group are entitled to join our student union, which conveys with it a whole range of benefits for adults, as it would do for all learners attending provision and taking part in the union activity. For some learners, there's also the opportunity to receive appropriate financial support. This is highly subject to the individual criterion of the learners and the type of course that they're undertaking, so it's always best to speak to our actual information teams, who are the experts and can provide more detailed support. However, it's worth noting that the funding is available potentially to support with areas such as childcare, tuition fees, equipment, which could be relating to protective equipment or the uniform equipment on training, and also for travel costs. We have clear processes to support with this, and as I say, it's best to speak to the support team to understand if you'll be entitled or if the funding is available to support. But it's something we are really keen to provide in order to ensure that every individual, wherever possible, is able to overcome barriers to actual training and learning opportunities and can receive the same experience as colleagues and peers around them. As I say, for more information, again, please contact us via the inquiry lines in relation at the end of this, and we'll be more than happy to try and provide advice and guidance in relation. So on that note then, we are here to help, and we would welcome your feedback and also any inquiries you may have. RNN Group has a wide range of really great accessible websites which we can access. There's the central RNN Group website, and then beyond that, each of our main campuses that I mentioned at the start of the presentation have their own dedicated website pages where you can see access and information on a range of information supporting the courses. So you can see here from the examples provided, you can see overviews of the course information, on information about how to contact us, how to apply, and in the case of HE related provision, information on clearance as well. By clicking on the information tab on any of these website pages, there's a whole range of information which can answer many of the questions you may have. Again, though, we recognise that this may not cover all the questions you may have, and any specific questions you may have, we always encourage you to actually make contact with us through the details that we'll provide at the end of the presentation, because that will help best answer any particular questions you may have and give you the appropriate guidance and support you need to be able to progress on to the right training opportunity for you. So I've mentioned this a few times now, but as you can see, in terms of contact details, for more information about your adult training and to start an application with us, please contact us on inquiries@rnngroup.ac.uk. We recognise that you may prefer to actually speak to somebody directly, and we always would welcome a call to hear from any of you. We have 3 main college sites which we can give the details out for here, which you can see the contact details provided. We also have the main RNN Group website, which is listed there, which is www.rnngroup.ac.uk, and from there you can access all of the specific college campus websites that I've just shown you as well. And I think at that point then, it is probably appropriate just to say, do we have any questions? If there are, please feel free to fire away, and I'll answer as many as I can do. Thank you.
Dan, that was very thorough. Thank you so much. Just one question from a learner that's just come through. They want to know that they're considering coming back to study at a level 3, but are nervous about coming back to college because college feels like younger learners. How will that learner integrate, and are there other generally adult learners in the sort of level 3 programs so they won't feel on their own? I think just to reassure this person, I think would be really good.
That's a really great question, and thank you for that, and thanks for raising it, Lucy. I think in terms of an adult coming to us for level 3 courses, it's worth noting that actually this has probably been one of our most popular years so far for adults joining us on level 3 courses. And that reflects the fact that adults coming to the college year after year are having really fantastic experiences. Some of those adults are joining us immediately onto level 3, but often we get many adults who come to us on level 2 courses and progress on to level 3 as a result of the experiences that they have with us. All of our college campuses are welcoming, inclusive places of learning. We have many adult learners across our provision throughout the group. We set high expectations for learners in terms of behaviour, and I'm pleased to say that that's reflected across all the age groups that we work with. Many of our provision options that we have at level 3 can often be run as discrete groups, and often when we look at access to HE as an example, that provision tends to be exclusively adults only in its nature. For other level 3 courses where there may be some young people, the behaviour of those young people is usually impeccable. And what you will find is that there'll be a nice healthy mix of younger and older learners undertaking learning, because we recognise that many learners can decide to come back to training at any point, and we always make a point of welcoming every single person who comes through the door to ensure that relative to their starting point they're able to progress, achieve, and as a result of that progress on to further training or to employment.
And that's really helpful. Thank you. I think that's something that most adult learners will be concerned about. So it's really great to have that reassurance. Thank you very much. I think your presentation has been so thorough that we don't have any further questions for you. So a huge thanks. Just remember, everyone out there, that the RNN Group website, as Dan's mentioned, has a fantastic area on adult skills, community courses, employer responsive training, digital information. So there's a whole wealth of information for you to go on there. If you do want to ring up, please use those telephone numbers. You can also email us. So if you go to the bottom of any of our web pages, you can just email in and the teams will help you. We also have an online chat function as well. So you can actually email in your queries, and then during the working week, a member of the learner recruitment team will be there to help you direct your queries if necessary too. So as Dan said, we are here to help. It is not a daunting prospect coming back to education, reskilling, upskilling. It's an incredible thing to do at any age, and we welcome that as a very inclusive organisation too, that people come back to the group and retrain and relearn and develop themselves professionally and personally. That's really important to us as a group. So that's all regarding the adult education and training area. I just would like to highlight a few of our next webinars. So on Tuesday the 24th of September, we have Jill Cooper coming to talk to everyone about the South Yorkshire Institute of Technology. That's a free lunchtime webinar. And on the 15th of October, we have another evening talk on higher technical qualifications. These are level 4 and 5 skills-based level 4 and 5. So degree level qualifications are becoming highly popular. And we will be talking to you about our health, engineering, digital and construction higher technical qualifications too. And then Dan will be back doing some distance learning, a talk on distance learning with some colleagues on the 12th of November. So that's just a little bit of a sneak preview of what's to come. If you want to check out our webinars, please go on the rnngroup.ac.uk website and you can have a look at the full list there and book on. It just remains for me to thank Dan very much for his time tonight and for talking us through the wealth of opportunities here at the RNN Group for adults. Thank you, Dan. And to say thank you to all of you for tuning in. Really appreciate it, and have a lovely evening. Thank you very much and good night.